Today's walk is a figure of 8 walk. It's 2 shorter walks joined together. The walk starts at the pretty village of Alstonefield, and I'm going to head over towards Hartington, down Gipsy Bank, through Biggin Dale to Dale End, and then on to Hartington. From Hartington I will head towards Beresford Dale, then Wolfscote Dale, all the way down to Viator's bridge at Milldale. Then I'll head back to Alstonefield. From Gipsy Bank we get a view down towards the River Dove, and there's 2 options to cross the river: a footbridge and some stepping stones. I'm probably going to opt for the easier way over and use the bridge. And then as we look up Wolfscote Dale, you can see Biggin Dale branching off to the right, and that's the dale I'm going to follow towards Hartington. Well, that's just 1¼ miles done, and I'm crossing the river. I'm now in Wolfscote Dale, and I'm going to follow it for a very short while before leaving it to enter Biggin Dale. But this is going to be my way back, so this is where the 2 routes cross. Well, this finger post here gives us some mileages, and we're going to head towards Biggin now, up Biggin Dale. Biggin Dale is a dry dale. There's no river here. Occasionally you come across small caves into the hillside. I can't say these walks in the White Peak are challenging by any means, but I think they make the basis of excellent family walks. And I remember doing many of them when my children were young. Well, that's where we've just come from, and we've come to a path junction, and we're going to head towards Hartington, towards Dale End. I've now done 3½ miles and have arrived at Dale End. From Dale End we follow an old pack horse route over towards Hartington, which must be part of a cycleway now. I'm now arriving at Hartington. I haven't done quite 5 miles, and this is Hartington Hall, which is now a youth hostel. Well, somebody likes the flowers. Very colourful. The church at Hartington looks quite large for a small village. I think I'm going to go and have a look at it. The war memorial here is quite distinct. It looks as if it's made of broken quarry stone. In the churchyard there's this very old tomb here, and there's a hole here. If you shine a torch in it, you get the glimpse of the bones inside. Unfortunately I can't go inside the church, as most churches I'm coming across are all locked up because of COVID. I'm now in the centre of Hartington. Have a look around the village. Over to my right is the Charles Cotton Hotel, named after a friend of Isaac Walton, who was the author of a 17th century book on fishing, The Complete Angler. Well, this looks to be a very old, big Northern Counties Footpath Society footpath sign. Well, that's my visit to Hartington complete. It's a shame I missed a lot of the older tractors at the beginning of that procession. The footpath sign gives the altitude at 758 feet above sea level, which I think is surprisingly high and deceptive for these Derbyshire villages. Anyway, I'm heading towards Beresford Dale now, and then on to Wolfscote Dale. I'm entering Beresford Dale now. You can just see the River Dove on my right through the trees. This is Pike Pool in Beresford Dale, so named after the pike shaped rock opposite me, if you can see it underneath the greenery. This was one of the fishing spots of Charles Cotton and Isaac Walton. We have to cross over the river now, over this footbridge. I'm now entering Wolfscote Dale, and there's a cave up the hill on my left and another public footpath sign behind me. But we're going straight on. Well, you don't get walking much easier than this. The limestone rock opposite me now is Drabertor. And these impressive looking rocks are Peasland rocks, as marked on the map. And back at the footpath sign we saw earlier, I've now done about 8 miles. So if you subtract off, say, 1.5 miles, you'd have a 6.5 mile circular route from Hartington if you wanted to do a shorter walk. Footbridge I came across earlier when I descended Gipsy Bank up on my right. But we're not going to go back across the bridge. We're going to carry straight on towards Milldale, following the River Dove. And at Milldale we'll take a look at Viator's bridge and possibly have some ice cream from Polly's Cottage before heading back up the hill towards Alstonefield. Shortly we'll be coming to a road and we're going to have to follow that into Milldale as the footpath ends. And here we are at the road. I think the River Dove forms the boundary between Staffordshire and Derbyshire. So now I've crossed the river, I'm on the Staffordshire side. Arriving Milldale, now let's have a look at the old Packhorse Bridge and get some ice cream. Well, this is the old Packhorse Bridge called Viator's Bridge, which is named after a character in Isaac Walton's The Complete Angler. If I carry straight on here, it will be 3 miles to the car park at Dovedale, but that's a walk for another day. So I'm going to cross back over the bridge, go to Polly's Cottage and get a tub of ice cream. Two scoops, a scoop of strawberry and a scoop of blackcurrant. Well, after that delicious ice cream, it's time to leave Milldale and climb the hill back to Alstonefield. Well, that ice cream was rather good, and it's certainly something to look forward to if you visit Milldale. But now I'm faced with a climb out of the Dove Valley and towards Alstonefield. And when I set off, I looked at the altitude on my GPS, and it was over 900 foot above sea level, which is comparable to the centre of Beresford in the Pennines. Well, as I approach the village, there's the parish church on my left hand side, and I think I'll just go into the churchyard, though I expect the church to be locked. I believe there was a church on this side, possibly going back to the Saxon times. And this is the view of the church from the south side, and here is a gravestone of Marjorie Badley, died 1731, aged 107. The date on this headstone is 1518, and I suspect it's the oldest gravestone in the churchyard. And this looks like the base of a Saxon cross. Opposite the church is Alstonefield Hall, which was built in the 16th century. And this is the village green. Well, I'm just concluding today's 11-mile walk with a stroll around the village. I've had a pleasant day walking. The weather's been good again. It hasn't been too hot today, and the walking has been relatively easy.